my prayer room, apart from the main deities that we because we have a collection of, pictures and, all that stuff, they started to turn dark. They started to degrade. Colors started going off. The statues, the faces started turning a bit weird, like cracking. The impact of this negative energy was destroying everything in the house. Very strong. Very strong. We did a lot of things to try to prevent it from coming in. Nothing worked. He'll walk in at his own will, do whatever he like.
I really don't feel good. I'm getting a...
Is anyone here? What did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.
My name is Sarah. So, hello. I was born in the 80s. I'm an 80s child. So, grew up in Teban Gardens for about 26 years.
Yeah.
Teban is a very small town in, it's like 10 minutes from Jurong East, and just before the Penjuru Industrial Estate. So it's one of the last so-called town. It's like a very small little place. My first house was at the back of the estate, the last block of the estate. And those times, not as nice as now. It was a bit more rustic. And the blocks are much more further, spread out. So my sister is 8 years older than me. So before I was born, they were already living in that house, the old house. When she was like 5, she was playing in the playground behind my house. Old school playground, all sand, the old school type. She saw a guy coming out of the sand. Toyo lah. My sister was 5. She can see. And there are a lot of urban legends in Teban. The biggest urban legend in Teban was the one about the Pontianak which circled the market. So there was this one story that has always been told that one afternoon, right, about 2 o'clock like that, there was a Pontianak that was flying around the market and then landed into the rubbish chute collection place. Yeah. A lot of people saw it. I remember it was like a weekday night. Just switch off everything, go to sleep, my head down on the pillow. I'm like sleeping half asleep and suddenly hear like a radio show going off in the background. Like a... You can never make out the words, but it's like 2 people talking like that.
Yeah.
Kind of got out of my sleep, like, who is playing the radio so late at night? I was like, because it didn't occur to me like what's happening. I thought, alamak, some guy playing radio lah. So I tried to go back to sleep again. And then there was the hammering. Heard like hammering sound, like pam, pam, pam. I'm like wondering, hey, who in the night is hammering lah? Because Teban is full of crazy people, so possible,
Okay.
You can never say no. Maybe some guy's car broke down, he's trying to, don't know, okay, never mind, like, it didn't occur lah. So again, I went back to sleep again. Then I got freaked out. So I was lying down on my bed, this is my pillow for example, right? I felt like a claw do this. So when you're lying down and you feel this thing.
Under your pillow.
Under my pillow. Immediately I was like, I woke up, I checked, is it spring spoiled or what? Check the bed, check anything, and it didn't happen. So I kind of freaked out. I was like, maybe nothing lah. Tried to lie down again. Immediately the bed started shaking. Freaked out, jumped out of bed, ran to my mom's room, told her, hey, my bed's shaking. She went to the altar, took a picture of Kali, Ma Kali. She put it in my room. Say, nothing happened, I think just passing, she thought it was just passing spirit, nothing happened, just sleep, nothing happened. And okay, nothing happened that night, of course, Kali there. But you can't keep a picture there.
Okay.
Because technically room's not clean, The altar's altar, your room is your room. So it's like a very temporary solution. So we were thinking, okay, one day goes by and then one and done.
Yeah.
So next day we put the picture back, Okay. So next night itself, I was thinking, okay, nothing's gonna happen, just go back to sleep. Lie down, put my head again. I felt in the corner of my bed, because it's a single bed, so I'm lying on my side, on one side, right? I felt the bed compress.
Someone's walking on it.
I'm lying on one side and I can feel someone walking on the bed. It's not like I'm dreaming or anything. I can literally feel the physical motion of someone walking on the bed. And then I heard in my ear, absolutely freaked out, but I couldn't move. I just didn't want to move. I couldn't move. I was like,
So you're lying on your side, so you're facing what, the window, the wall?
I'm facing the wall. I'm facing the wall. I'm on my right side, so I'm facing the wall. freaking out, but I didn't want to move. Like, hoping it will just go away. I'm just saying all these prayers in my heart. Leave me alone, go away. And then it became a daily occurrence after that. Walking. It just walks every night. And that happened like for the next 4 years.
4 years.
4 years. 4 years. It came to a point that I was like, you want to walk lah. I want to sleep. It kind of
used to it like this,
got
like,
used to it. You
no
live
harm.
with it. I'm not saying do no harm. Oh, it does a lot of harm. I'll tell you, what exactly happened after that lah. So this was the start. But there were signs that I didn't pick up on. Thinking back, there were signs that something was not right. One was temperature. So it's a new house, it's newly renovated, aircon in the room and all that, There were certain days, right, at 11 o'clock the room was so warm. I can close all windows, on the fan, all the aircon blasting at max, low temp, right, I'll be sweating. The wall is hot. The wall is just freaking hot for no reason. And it's not like a normal occurrence. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's like normal. And then certain days the wall is hot, and no matter how you turn on the aircon, nothing works. That was the first sign. I started thinking, what's going on here? Is it like a temperature thing? Didn't register lah. That's one. Second thing was like master bedroom toilet. Constantly hear flushing. I'm thinking, hey, maybe neighbor lah. Alamak, neighbor lah. But the sound is coming. It sounds like my bathroom, but I think it's neighbor. Second floor, maybe it's a noise, who knows. You don't think about it. Third thing, I remember my mom telling me, because she's a housewife, she's a homemaker. She was telling me that in the afternoons, sometimes you can hear a girl crying downstairs. I was second floor, right? First floor is just the ground level. From the kitchen window, she can hear a girl crying. There's one, she actually went downstairs trying to find the girl. Cannot find. There's no one there. So these are all signs that, even though we know it's going on, but we didn't put it all together lah. Then I think it got pissed off and then started showing me who it really was, with all the direct haunting, I guess. It ruined my family. I believe that these kind of entities, negative entities, they will drain your life force, they will drain your luck, prosperity, So it coincided with the point where my family went through their worst financial period ever. Dad lost all his savings, mom had to sell all her gold, really went to shit. Life really went to shit. My prayer room, apart from the main deities that we also, because we have a collection of, pictures and, all that stuff, they started to turn dark. They started to degrade. Colors started going off. The statues, the faces started turning a bit weird, like cracking. The impact of this negative energy was destroying everything in the house. Very strong. Very strong. We did a lot of things to try to prevent it from coming in. Nothing worked. It'll walk in at its own will, do whatever it like. So my prayer room was badly affected. End of the day, we had to get rid of like 80% of all the stuff. All gone. Like we had nice statues of Krishna, face all gone. All cracked, all disfigured, all gone. Pictures, like nice new picture. Yes, they're old. I mean, logic, if you want to do rationalization, you can go, okay, maybe it became old, degraded, but this was too fast. Degraded too fast. The pictures turning dark, like all the colors were gone, and just turned dark, like weird. All these are effects from this thing. One of my mom's friends said, hey, let's go see the Bomo. So we sat and we spoke to him, looked at us, he sent something to see the house, and then he told us, look, this is a very powerful jinn. It's part of the land. You can't get rid of it. So he told us, okay, he can't do anything to go and get rid of this. Too powerful. Can't do. So he gave us some solution. We could try and do like a prayer lah. So do your normal Hindu prayers, like Friday prayers. At the same time, take some rock salt and pepper, the peppercorn. Do like a border lah. Buy a lot and then sprinkle along the border of your house while doing your prayers, So called to do like a border and try to prevent it from coming in. So me and my mom went to do it. Religiously went to do anything. So as we were slowly starting this, going like halfway around the house, we heard a marble drop above our heads. tick, 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 tick. Okay, maybe something. Maybe kid upstairs, don't know lah.
Maybe.
Continue. Tick, 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 tick. It's following. The tick, tick, tick is following us. Following. To a point that we are doing right. I think I got pissed off. On one marble, it's like one whole bucket of marbles was turned on the floor. It's telling us, I'm not going anywhere. You can do whatever you like. I'm here. There's one time, my sis saw it. Once in a while, my sis comes over and stays when her husband, is on night shift or whatever. So there's one time in the afternoon, she saw legs walking into my room. Legs, just legs. But she described the legs as very scary. It's like all black, hairy, and there's legs walking into my room. She saw legs. She told me like 2 years after lah. She don't want to freak me out, but I already know. Another incident I clearly remember was it was a Saturday morning. I just woke up. It was a beautiful Saturday morning. Wake up. It's like it's scenic. The sun is shining through. And you're like, today is Prata Day. You feel good. And you wake up. Then I felt like there's someone sitting in the corner of my bed. When someone sits and the mattress like compresses, I got the feeling. I look there. There's no one there. Then I felt the mattress decompress. Tuck, 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 walking out of my room. Early in the morning, 8+, early in the morning. So time doesn't matter, place doesn't matter. It just comes and goes as it wishes. There was a point where we all got a bit freaked out, and we started sleeping in the same room, safety in numbers. There was one time that I was sleeping. It was myself, my mom, and my sis. She came over because husband on night shift. She told me that in the middle of the night she woke up, but she couldn't move. What she saw, right, was this figure standing over me, illuminating red, standing over me, and I'm like struggling. I'm struggling in the bed. I couldn't remember any of this stuff. I didn't know any of this happened. But then she couldn't say anything. She couldn't move. She was like paralyzed for some reason.
It seems to be attracted to you and you specifically.
Yeah. So we asked about that to another practitioner. We also called another practitioner down to try and clear this. I don't think they were very genuine in their approach. Because after they did it, it didn't work also. They had quite a major parade in my house, trying to negotiate pull this out and they said it worked, but the night itself started walking on my bed. My dad telling me once he was sleeping in the hall, he got slapped in the face.
Was there no way to get out of that? Or even a temporary solution like moving out, renting apartment, staying with just to have that 1 month of respite and
we wish, but finances at that time totally gone. Totally gone.
No option.
No option. It was very tough at that time. Eventually we did find a solution for this. Somebody approached my mom. Approached and told her there's this meditation course, go for that. The person who approached didn't know any of our problems, just like a general approach, hey, this is a course going on, go for it, you feel good and all that.
Yeah.
So at that point my mom was totally depressed. She lost everything. Everything was gone, everything was bad. And she was like, okay, something, we were always asking for help, maybe this is it, So she went for it. I was a total cynic, total skeptic. At that point I was like totally gone already. I was like fed up, nothing can be done. This was walking my bed every night, I think that's bad. So she went for it. She came back. Then I started seeing some changes in her. She was like recovering, so to speak. Wasn't as down, wasn't as affected anymore. There was a change in her. I was like, how come? Then my sis went. She also said, hey, go for this. It helps. It helps. And I was like, can't be real, whatever. I didn't believe anything because we've been praying all this while, and this thing is just, just doing what it likes. So I wasn't too confident. I was total cynic. So eventually they pestered me to go. I said, okay, let's go. Fine. So I went there. It wasn't what I expected. So that's when I met my master, my spiritual master. So over there you learn meditation, you learn certain protection, abilities and all that. So that night I came back from this seminar, right? He stopped disturbing me. It just stopped. I know the fellas there, because the master bedroom there's a small little, from the door to the main part of the room there's a small little like walkway lah. I know the fellas there. I can sense the fellas there, but it's not coming near me anymore. Yeah. So from that point onwards, it stopped. I know he's still there. I know he's still walking in the house, or the block or whatever, but he's no longer bothering me anymore.
What was the big change in your opinion, the difference between a meditation class and 4 years of prayers and all that? What was, in your opinion, so special about that meditation course that made all the difference?
Okay, so when I think the prayers are important, so let's not say anything else.
Okay, sure.
Prayers are important, no matter what religion you are, do your prayers, do what you have to do, right? Spiritually, that's like the baseline or whatever you want to do. But I think this meditation course was very specific. It kind of awoken all the PowerPoint, the chakras they call it. So now it's not just pray. You have an ability now. So now you can put on like a shield and then stop everything from coming in now.
Yeah.
So all these things no longer can bother you. So from that point onwards, it did try once in a while. Once in a while, sometimes you're in your, I think Chinese say the chi is too low, things in effect, or your time is very bad. It does once in a while try and walk on the bed and do all this funny stuff, but no. You just pray and then push it away. So it's still around, it's still not good, but at least it's not bothering me anymore. And that was the start of the change, We started to come out of the negative thinking, we told ourselves we have to change, we have to get out of Teban Gardens now. Because we can't chase it out. It's going to be here forever. Maybe the next owner will have luck, maybe, I don't know. So we sold the place, moved to Bukit Batu. And luckily it didn't follow.
No.
Luckily it didn't follow.
It's the land.
It's the land. So, it's the land. Lucky. So 4 years of going through that hellhole, that hell, got out of it. Got out of it.
It's like getting a...
Is anyone here? What did you find? You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.